How's everybody doing today? I'm Mike with Mike's Homestead. The reason I'm actually here today is I'm here to talk about toolability. I am a high believer in toolability, things that I always carry on me, whether the shit hit the fan, I'm on the homestead, or I'm out in the woods. These are things that I carry on me on a daily basis. I wake up in the morning and these things are strapped to me at all times. So for starters, I'm going to get off by, I've always got a pair of safety glasses, sunglasses, whatever you want to call them. You never know when you're going to need them, whether you're shooting a gun and a shit hits the fan situation, whether you're torching something, or whether you got debris flying around. Always got sunglasses. Number two, I've always got a firearm on me. This is a carry conceal state. This is a 9mm high point cheap gun. I recommend them just because they're cheap. This isn't my favorite gun. This isn't what I'm going to go out on the streets with. This just happens to be what I had on me today. I don't want to hear anything about 45s and 9mm and all that, because I got about 6 of each. So I've always got my gun on me. The only reason I'm carrying this one was, like I said, I like to play around with different ones. So I'll usually grab a different one by the day. This one's nice to fire once in a while. So another thing that I always carry on me is multi-tool. I have a Gerber multi-tool. I've had this thing for about 15 years. About the only thing I've ever broke was the actual knife on it itself. This is always strapped to my belt, and I always make sure I have a belt too. Next thing I've always got on me is the old school. This is the buck style knife. This was actually a Sharp brand. My stepfather gave me this when I was about 10 years old. Okay, I've had this thing for a long time. She keeps a good edge. She's sharp. Good knife to have. Always works good in any situation. Next thing I've always got on me is my stick and stab. You can call it whatever you want. It's just a quick release knife. A guy I know custom builds knives. He built about 10 of these. This is one that he gave me. So I really like this knife. I use this thing a lot. Holds a good edge. I couldn't really tell you what brand it is because he doesn't really have a name. So next thing I always carry on me for knives is I always carry the old timer. The old timer is a nice little knife for any little situation. I've got a few of these because I actually collect them, but this is actually one of my favorite ones. It's a smaller one with a 2-blade. But I always got this in my pocket all times, unless it falls out in the recliner or something. Another thing I've always got on me is a Bic. Always got a Bic. And I've always got a Zippo. Okay. This is an actual replica of a World War II design. It's a thicker brass. And I always make sure I got a spare flint in the bottom of it. Oops. Yep, there it is. Got a spare flint. And I always make sure this thing's filled. I fill it about every 4 days. Just give it a little bit. I don't top it off because I don't like starting myself on fire. Another thing that I always have on me is a tube of chapstick. Being in Wisconsin during the summer months, it could hit 90 to 100 degrees, and in the winter it hits 0 all the time. So chapstick, I go through about 2 tubes of these a year, always in my left-hand pocket. Another thing I would say that I always have on me is I always wear a pair of boots. I have a very good pair of boots. I always buy at least a pair of Carolinas. I spend good money on footwear because I believe in it, because I'm in them all the time. But one thing I can say is I have Kevlar laces, and these laces are pretty good length. So I have a spare set of laces on me that are good for any shit hits the fan situation. So these are just a few things that toolability I always carry on me. Now during the summer months when I'm outside all the time, this is another item that I always have on me. My father got this from me in Puerto Rico back in 1993 or 94, I think it was. But I use this thing around the house, around the homestead. This is my weed whacker, my bush cutter. This is, if I go out in the woods, this is what I take with me. It's a short throw, but all I know is this steel is some of the best steel. I don't know if you hear that baby sing, but this is some of the best steel I've ever had. And this knife, like I said, has been through a lot and holds up. But these are some of the items I carry on me. So if you guys at all enjoyed my video, please subscribe. If you got any comments, questions, remarks, I'd love to hear them. So you guys take it easy. I'm Mike, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.